happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I love Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite days of the year. I think it speaks very well to our nation that there is a day where we stop and say thank you. As the great Dennis Prager would say, and Dennis Prager is in a tough spot right now, and you should say a audible prayer for Dennis Prager right now. He's in a tough situation, and we want him to have a healthy and speedy recovery. Dennis would say, in his happiness hour, you cannot be happy if you are not grateful. The ingrates, the ungrateful make the world worse. The grateful make the world better. On Thanksgiving, you must be grateful to something. You could be grateful to your parents, grateful to your friends, but of course, grateful to Almighty God. And boy, do we have so much to be thankful for this Thanksgiving. I want you to think about three weeks ago, like 22 days ago. There was a nation on edge, nation full of anxiety. We were told that Kamala Harris was up in the polls, and we knew that it was an existential survival question. Was this nation going to continue to exist? Was this nation going to survive? And God shined his grace on this great republic. And I believe our best days are ahead, that we are on the verge of an American Renaissance, a restoration. It's as if America is being powered up. It's being booted up. We are emerging from our slumber. And how thankful we are that Donald Trump didn't die on July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania. How thankful that we are that we were spared from all of the civil chaos. We all dodged a bullet on July 13th and on November the 5th. I love Thanksgiving because people from all different walks of life and different faiths can come together and say that gratitude is a necessary practice, and being grateful is a practice. You must be intentional about it. We are not naturally a grateful people. In fact, we're very ungrateful. In the book of Exodus, God's chosen people leave Egypt, and how long until they were complaining that they did not have meat like they did when they were slaves in Egypt? I believe it's Numbers 14. I could be wrong. The book of Numbers. No, it's actually maybe 18 or 12. I'm all over the place. I'll find it in a second. Where the people of Israel complain. They complain that they don't have good enough food, even though God sent quail off course and manna from heaven. It's Numbers 11. Thank you. We'll read from Numbers 11 here because it's a wonderful story on how the people constantly complain. When the people complained, it displeased the Lord, and the Lord heard it, and his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burnt among them and consumed them in the uttermost parts of the camp. We are a complaining people. You see, Thanksgiving and the fundamental story of Thanksgiving is to understand that there is a God and you are not him. That there is a cosmological order and a cosmological plan above all of us, and that we must have the humility to know that God is sovereign and that we can easily lose perspective. And I encourage all of you today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, this Thanksgiving weekend, turn off your devices and just say to the heavens, thank you. Thank you. And yes, there is much work yet to be done. There are many fights left to embark on. But what would have been if Kamala Harris would be president-elect right now? Now, that would be a tough Thanksgiving. We would still be saying thank you because there would be so much to be thankful for. You got to keep the main thing, God, family, country. And you see, when you're thankful, I think it invites humility. I believe gratitude and humility are sister virtues. Because by definition, when you are thankful, you are not necessarily taking credit for everything. When you are thankful, you're not saying that it's all because of you, that there's something that was given to you, that you are the recipient of something external that you did not make happen. And we are all recipients of this beautiful nation. And look at the remarkable sequence of events that have come together. The world's richest man, a Kennedy, Tulsi Gabbard, former DNC co-chair, Donald Trump surviving, all together to reclaim our nation. I am blown away with humility at that truth. Humility allows you to grow and improve, to evolve, to strengthen and deepen in your understanding. You see, the left thrives on ingratitude. You look at the last of the 10 commandments, thou shalt not covet. It's a very interesting commandment because it's the only of the 10 commandments that deals with the mind. It deals with the inner workings of the being, not just the external. All the other 10 are largely behavioral. You shall have no other gods before me. That's somewhat internal. You shall have no idols. You shall remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. You shall not use the Lord's name in vain or carry the Lord's name in vain. You shall honor your mother and father so you may live long in the land which you are in. Shall not murder. You shall not steal. You shall not commit adultery. But coveting. Well, how can you covet your neighbor's donkey or your neighbor's wife if you're thankful? And the answer is you can't. Gratitude is the fruit that makes everything else taste sweet. But then you must be thankful to whom? To the Almighty God. The left feeds off of fear and smugness and ingratitude. The activist energy that fuels so many of these campus radicals is not gratitude. I believe if you graduate from college, you graduate with a degree in ingratitude. Our side feeds off of love, community, and patriotism. And so as you sit around the Thanksgiving table this Thanksgiving, just be thankful that we still have a country. Thankful that we have the ability and the agency and the table is set for the greatest reclamation of the Constitution in American history. Be thankful that we have this window in time that was given to us that we did not earn to fulfill the founders' mandate. That we have a 100-year detour that we've been taking post Woodrow Wilson. For FDR, to Richard Nixon, to Lyndon Baines Johnson. It was one president after the other, one decision after the other that grew government, that got us off the founders' course, that made the citizens smaller and the Leviathan bigger. And we have this opportunity, and we should be thankful for the opportunity. And what I'm saying is we should be thankful that we have an opportunity to fight, that what we do actually matters. And isn't that the greatest of all the things to receive? It's not that we received the end result. We have received a chance. That's what we received. We did not receive the nation back fully intact, but we received an opening. And isn't that all that we were asking for? We were asking for just give us a chance. Give us the ability to use our free will and our agency, our capacity to think, to be able then to restore liberty if the people were to want it. But a prideful and a cocky nation will not be saved. You must be humble before the Lord and say, thank you for allowing us this second chance that we do not deserve, Because we have taken such a detour away from our founding values, from our foundational ideas, from our birth certificate. And Thanksgiving is a uniquely American tradition. Going all the way back to the original story of Thanksgiving to today, we pause and say thank you. I think it's one of the greatest traditions in American history, and just our whole country, to say thank you.
Everybody, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell. We're doing so much good work here at Turning Point USA. Also, get your tickets to AmFest. That's amfest.com, the biggest party of the year in Phoenix Convention Center. We have Tucker Carlson and really big speakers coming. I'll be there. It's going to be unbelievable. Meet your future husband, future wife. It's going to be great. Amfest.com, amfest.com. Get there. Go get the tickets. It's going to be amazing. And again, please subscribe and hit this bell. We appreciate it. And if you listen to audio podcasts, subscribe to the Charlie Kirk Show podcast. That's Charlie Kirk Show podcast. We won, everybody. We won. I need to get this hat. Daisy, can you get me one of these hats? We won. And if you guys want a limited edition signed MAGA hat right here, Last thing I'll say is become a member, members.charliekirk.com, to get a limited edition MAGA hat. We have 5,000 to send out, don't we, Daisy?
Over, like 8,000 now.
We have 8,000 hats I have to sign. 8,000 hats. God bless.